May 1st, 2019. The Camp Nou, a coliseum of footballing gods. 5 Champions League trophies under the belt. Liverpool, those warriors in red, those conquerors of continents past, marched into Catalonia with fire in their souls, their eyes alight with hope. The Catalonians also had 5 Champions League trophies under their belt. This was going to be a battle of 2 titans, the likes of Godzilla vs King Kong. But oh, how swiftly hope turns to ash when titans clash. Luis Suarez, the fox in the box, once Liverpool's own, bared his teeth first. A dagger plunged deep into the hearts of his former kin. With venom and precision, he pounced. A goal that tore through the Reds like a storm through fragile sails. The Camp Nou erupted, a cauldron of noise as the visitors staggered, wounded but defiant. Yet the worst was still to come. Enter Lionel Messi, sorcerer supreme. The magician delivers a second strike, clinical and cruel to widen the chasm. Then the coup de grace, a free kick 25 yards out, a moment suspended in time. The ball soared, kissed by genius, arcing beyond Alisson's despairing grasp. His 600th goal, a thunderclap of brilliance that shook the very heavens. The chants of Messi filled Camp Nou.
Got the ball in exactly the right spot. Messi hits one. Oh, what a goal! That is sensational. Absolutely outstanding. What a way to make it 600 goals for Barcelona by the little magic man Lionel Messi. Barcelona 3, Liverpool 0. That was extra special.
3-0. Liverpool, proud and unbowed, were shattered, dismantled by a force unrelenting. A whirlwind of blaugrana beauty. The Kop's dream lay in ruins, their fortress breached not at home but here on this hallowed turf, where Barcelona reigned as executioners. Each pass a blade, each move a sledgehammer, they crushed the red spirit beneath the weight of their artistry. This was no mere victory, it was a demolition, a spectacle of dominance, a prelude to a second leg yet unwritten. The night belonged to the Catalans, and the world bore witness to their savage symphony. Barcelona, regal and ruthless, unfurled a demolition so exquisite, so merciless, it left the world breathless. The air crackled, the earth quaked. Here was a night of annihilation, a masterclass in devastation. May 7th, 2019. Can you remember a time when football made you believe the impossible was actually possible? When everything seemed stacked against you, but somehow, against all odds, magic happened on the pitch. That feeling when the game had you on the edge, thinking, there's no way. And then, bam, something unbelievable goes down. And for a moment, anything felt possible. Anfield, the spiritual home of Liverpool, had seen many magical nights in its long history, but the night that was about to unfold, May 7th, 2019, would soon be remembered as one of the greatest and most extraordinary comebacks in the history of the sport. From the very beginning, Liverpool's players came out with a type of intensity and desire that suggested they weren't just going to roll over. They understood the stakes, they knew the challenge ahead, but more than anything, they believed. The Anfield crowd, as always, was electric. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation. The stadium buzzed with an energy that could not be ignored. It was as if the fans were willing the team forward, urging them to do what seemed impossible. It took just 7 minutes for the dream to start taking shape. Divock Origi, the unlikely hero, found himself in the right place at the right time. A loose ball in the box, a scramble in the Barcelona defense, and Origi calmly slotted the ball past Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Anfield erupted. It wasn't much, just 1 goal, but it was a start, a glimmer of hope. Liverpool had halved the deficit, and the impossible dream was still alive. It was 3-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. and there was a renewed sense of belief within the team and the fans. As the game wore on, the pressure on Barcelona grew. Liverpool pressed relentlessly, refusing to give their opponents any time on the ball. The Anfield crowd was relentless in their support, pushing their team forward with every pass, every tackle, and every shot. The second goal, which came in the 54th minute, was nothing short of sensational. The next key moment, the moment that would go down in history, came in the 79th minute. With Barcelona's defense looking more disorganized with every passing minute, James Milner stood poised to take a corner from the left side. What followed next was a moment of quick thinking, a piece of magic that would forever change the course of the tie. Anfield erupted in a frenzy of emotion. The noise was deafening. The unbelievable had just happened. Liverpool had not only scored, but they had reduced Barcelona's lead to just one goal. The momentum had shifted completely, and Barcelona were left scrambling. The sheer audacity of the quick corner and Origi's clinical finish was something that no one had seen coming. Barcelona, who had looked so assured just a few days earlier, now looked rattled, stunned by the rapid turn of events. The collapse of Barcelona was swift and painful. The composure they had shown in the first leg evaporated as Liverpool piled on the pressure. Messi, who had been the architect of Barcelona's success, was nowhere to be found. The team's leadership seemed to fade into the background as they were slowly overrun by Liverpool's intensity and relentless pressing. With just 10 minutes left in the match, Liverpool struck the final blow. In the 79th minute, Trent Alexander-Arnold, a player who had already been brilliant throughout the game, became the architect of Liverpool's final goal. With Barcelona expecting yet another corner, the young fullback, showing incredible awareness, quickly took a short corner to Origi, who fired the ball into the net once again. Anfield went wild, and Liverpool had completed one of the greatest comebacks in football history. The scoreboard read 4-0 on the night, and Liverpool had overturned a 3-goal deficit to win 4-3 on aggregate. Barcelona, shell-shocked and completely defeated, could barely comprehend what had just transpired. For a second year straight, they've been knocked out despite leading 3-0 against Roma last year and now again. The Reds are the ones celebrating, knowing they had done what many thought impossible. The joy, the disbelief, and the emotional release from players, staff, and fans alike was overwhelming. The aftermath of that night would echo for years to come. It wasn't just the scoreline that made this comeback so special. It was the belief, the never-say-die attitude, and the pure magic of football. Liverpool's approach to the game was one of pure aggression and intensity, pressing Barcelona into mistakes and forcing them to collapse under the pressure. Jürgen Klopp's tactical brilliance was on full display, as his players embodied the heart and soul of Liverpool FC. And so, Liverpool had done the unthinkable. They had defied the odds, completing a comeback that will live on in the hearts of their supporters forever. But the journey was far from over. The stage was set for an unforgettable Champions League final in Madrid. If you think this comeback was unforgettable, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more iconic football moments.